Hi, in this video, it's question time. Hi, I'm Adam and welcome to First Man Photography, the channel that will help you take your photography to the next level. If you haven't done so already, head over to firstmanphotography.com, fill in your details to join the email list, and I'll send you a free copy of the ebook on how to capture perfect exposure every time. Okay, let's get into this. So like I said in the video the other day, First Man Photography is now 1 year old. And over the year, I've had questions coming in more and more and more, which I really do appreciate, and that has been brilliant. I strive to answer every question personally, but as the channel continues to build, that's becoming more and more difficult. So I thought what I would do is create this video just featuring questions and answers, particularly of the ones that have come up time and time again. I hope you like the new setup that I've got going on today, and please do keep the questions coming in. You can contact me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, in the comments down below, or head over to my site and use the contact page. So without further ado, let's get into some questions. So question number 1 comes from Mila, and she has a few questions about macro photography. She says, "Hi, I've been watching your vlog and love it." Thanks, Mila. "Thanks for all the tips and videos you upload. You are most welcome, Mila. I want to start taking newborn photos, but there are things I still don't get. I was watching the macro videos you uploaded and I have some questions." Good. "Is a 50mm lens macro? I saw you used it in your first video and then changed to a 100mm lens. I bought both since that was recommended by a friend, but can you actually get the same image or type of image for portrait using the 50 and the 100mm? So first off, the 50mm lens that I used in that video is not a macro lens on its own. The 100mm macro is a macro lens, so that is ready and set up, but the 50mm lens, you need the macro extenders, and that's what I did in that video as a sort of budget way to do macro. So you just attach those sort of fairly cheap extenders to any 50mm prime lens and it becomes a pretty decent macro lens. In terms of portrait photography, I really like the 100mm macro lens as a portrait lens. It does a great job, it's stabilized and it's really sharp, really nice, and it's a good length, especially for things like weddings when you're wanting to keep a bit of a low profile. The 50 and the 100 will create quite similar images, but it'll just have a slightly different look in the background because that 100mm lens will compress things more so than the 50mm will. And then Mila goes on to ask about extenders, and she said, does it make a difference? Well, yes, it does, because it moves the plane of focus away from your sensor, which allows the 50mm lens to focus much closer in, so you can actually use it for macro. For the 100mm macro, which is already a true macro lens, it will just increase that magnification, meaning you can get in even closer to your subject, and it blows it up bigger than 1:1. So the next question is from Joe, and he says, "I usually travel a lot. Places I go are so full of colour, but my images don't match what I see. Any tips?" Joe, what you're talking about is the saturation. Your brain and eyes will saturate colours when you see them in real life, and sometimes that isn't always what you see when you first pull an image off a camera. So very often you need to increase the saturation in your image. If you're shooting in JPEG, the camera will automatically raise the saturation of that picture, and your iPhone does that as well when it takes pictures. But often you're going to want to boost that saturation even more. This is particularly the case with RAW files because they come out of the camera really, really flat because it contains all that data and the camera doesn't really do anything to those files before it exports them from the camera. So there's a good chance that you're shooting in RAW and they're the images that you're looking at and processing. I recommend that you use Lightroom if you're shooting in RAW. If you haven't got that yet, I'll put a link down in the description. You can get a discount at the moment, so click that link and check it out. But just a boost in the saturation level will probably do what you're looking to have, which is match the colour with what you're seeing with your own eyes. You can also boost the contrast as well, which will really give it that sort of punch to the image, and then that's hopefully really going to improve things. Next question is from Kelly, and she asks, which lens should I use when I travel? So for me, when I'm traveling, I always want to have a zoom lens with me. If you're shooting with a cropped sensor camera, the kit lens is actually a really good range for when you're traveling. So that you're talking about 17mm to 55mm on a crop sensor, and that's a really good range actually for traveling. The lens that I tested out recently, which is the 18-135 STM lens from Canon, that is absolutely perfect for traveling. It's good quality. It's got good image stabilization if you want to shoot some video as well. And it's got that really impressive range from 18-135. If you're shooting full frame, I will often take my 24-70 lens. That will probably be the first one to go into the bag. And I might also consider a 70-200 as well to add that extra bit of range if I need it. If you only have one lens, you might want to think about something like the 24-105 because that also has image stabilization. There's a new one of them due to come out later this year. So that's another thing to consider. And any of those lenses will be superb for traveling because they'll cover everything from portraits down to landscapes and everything in between that you might come across on your travels. The next question is from Matt, and he asks, I'm seeing spots on my images. What causes this? Matt, it could be any number of things. I would start by cleaning your lens. I put a video up recently about how to clean your lens. You might want to look front and back, the sort of area that's the back of the lens that goes in towards your sensor. It could be that. It also could be a sensor problem. I have a problem on one of my cameras where if you're shooting long exposures, some horrible spots come in on the sensor, and that's just a problem with my sensor, and it's one that happens on a lot of sensors, which is why the cameras usually have a built-in long exposure noise reduction mode. It might be worth trying that as well. It could be any number of reasons. It could be, like I say, it could be your sensor, lenses, or if you're seeing it when you're just looking through the viewfinder, it could be a little bit of muck on the mirror or the viewfinder. So check over all of them, clean them if you can, if you feel comfortable doing that, and then take it from there. The next question is from Joey, and he's saying, I'm going on a Kenyan safari this summer, lucky, and I really want a good lens for my Canon 70D to shoot with. My price range is about $800. Which lens should I take? So I've not been on a safari myself, so I'm not 100% certain about how close you can actually get to the animals, but I'd be thinking something like a 70-200 would be a good one to start with. Otherwise, I would consider something like a 400 f5.6. That's going to do a great job if you're not that close, but you could combine that with the 17-55 or the 24-70 if your wildlife was going to start coming quite close to whatever vehicle you're in. But I think something like the 70-200 probably would be my first guess, but I definitely wouldn't go without my 400 in those circumstances. You could also consider the Canon 100-400 Mark I, which will be in your budget range as well, and it'll just give you that little bit more flexibility to judge when you're sort of trying to judge the distance of the animals from your vehicle. The next few questions are about my vlog, and you can see, if you hit the card up there, you'll see a playlist of all my vlogs that I've done so far. I really think it's worth checking out because I get out into the mountains and things, and you can see some of the processes that I go through when I'm shooting my photography. So Ryan asks, I saw your vlog setup unboxing. How much does this entire setup weigh? Well, Ryan, let's find out. I just happen to have some scales here, and I'll get my vlog set up and put it onto the scales, and we'll see how much it weighs. So as you can see, exactly 3 pounds, about 1.5 kilos. That's not too bad. So a number of people have asked, do you know it's pronounced vlog and not vlog? First man photography on a vlog. I've been using this lens in my vlogs. Well, yes, I do. I've said it on a number of occasions on purpose. I have subscribers and viewers of all ages, all levels of experience, and vlogs are a fairly new thing. So I want to make it plain that it's not a blog, and in fact, it is a vlog or video log vlog. Are you Jack from Unbox Therapy? No. So the last question, Kelly is asking, how important is image stabilization when I'm considering buying a lens? Kelly, again, for me, I don't get a massive amount of use from image stabilization if I'm just shooting stills. I prefer to have that faster aperture so I can boost my shutter speed and get those nice sharp shots, and it will remove any movement from the camera anyway. IS is absolutely vital when you're shooting video though, if you're hand holding. So again, you really need to think about what you're going to be shooting. IS can also help if you're in a low light situation as well. If you can't get your ISO that high and you want to keep your shutter speed down, you can then, IS then does become a fairly decent tool. But you don't want to go too far, because if your subject has any movement in it anyway, that slow shutter speed will capture that and you won't end up with sharp shots. So for me, personally, with image stabilization, if you're shooting video, absolutely vital. If you're not, then I would try and get the bigger aperture is more important than the image stabilization. So that's question time number 1. Please do leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Did you enjoy it? Did you find it useful? If you want me to do more, I'd really like to know. Regardless of that, please keep the questions coming in, and like I said, I will strive to answer as many as I possibly can. Please also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Videos every Wednesday and every Sunday, and I will see you on another video very soon. I'm Adam. This is First Man Photography, out.